The city's worst natural disaster was the 1937 flood. The Ohio River was out of its banks for 19 days. At its crest, the river covered 15% of the city. 8 died. Almost 100,000 greater Cincinnatians were homeless, and property damage exceeded $25 million. The river passed the 52-foot flood stage at 7 in the morning on January 18th. Things worsened as rain fell almost continuously for the rest of the week. By Friday, the Ohio had risen above 70 feet. By Saturday, 6 inches of snow had fallen. Water pumps at the East End station were in danger of being inundated. All bridges but the suspension had closed. Union Terminal was an island. Then came Black Sunday. In the Mill Creek Valley, near the Crosley radio plant on Arlington Street, rising backwaters upended a number of Standard Oil gasoline storage tanks, spreading their contents on the floodwaters. It wasn't long before a streetcar cable snapped and fell in a shower of sparks into the gasoline-covered water. Within minutes, the scene was an inferno. 32 buildings caught fire. Firefighters were laboring to bring the blaze under control when the East End pumping station finally gave out. Firemen disconnected their intake hoses from the hydrants, dropped them into the floodwaters, and kept on fighting until the fire was out. In the midst of the greatest flood on record, Cincinnatians were without water. They looked for long-abandoned springs. Norwood's wells made some water available. Tank trucks and railroad tank cars full of water were sent in from Cleveland and Indianapolis. Music Hall became a refugee center. So did the National Guard Armory and area churches. The rising Ohio next knocked out the West End power station. Electricity had to be imported from nearby cities and rationed. On Monday, January 25th, the river crested at 79.99 feet. Sightseers paid $0.25 to ride to the top of the Crew Tower to view it. Onlookers at Coney Island saw roller coasters writhing above the waves like skeletons of ghostly sea serpents. Boats and boots were the order of the day, every day, until February 5th, when the Ohio River finally dropped back within its banks.